What's up YouTube? It's Heretic here. Welcome back. You guys saw on Sunday we had the Mega Gyarados versus Lycanroc-GX deck match between Dalton Didelot and myself. Shout out to Dalton, who finished second place in a cash tournament out in Kettering, Ohio, I believe it was, this past weekend. So mad props to that man. And just how good of a player he has become in such a short time. I'm really proud of you, dude. You deserve everything you got. You know what? I'm proud of you. You took him to Game 3 in the finals. You did awesome. So today we are going to take a look at the Lycanroc-GX deck that he piloted against my Mega Gyarados build in Sunday's video. And a couple of changes he suggested into the list have been taken into account here. So we're going to start out. We got 4 Rockruffs. The promo ones are out right now, so that's the ones we have. The ones from the set may actually be better, but for now that's what we're running with. And then we have a 2-2 split on our Lycanroc-GX. We got 2 of the Midday Lycanrocs. Early to mid-game, these are going to be primarily our attackers. For Crunch, for a fighting and a colorless, does 30 and discards an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, which is really cool because you can just combine that with like Team Flare, Crushing Hammer, Enhanced Hammer, and just deny all of their energy, which is really fun. It also has Lycanroc for 3 energy, which does 120 damage, and then Lycanfang-GX, which does 200 for the same cost as its GX attack. Probably won't use Lycanfang-GX too much though, only because we have Dangerous Rogue-GX on the Midnight Lycanroc. And the Midnight Lycanroc is an awesome, totally badass card, like the new version of Zoroark in terms of the Pokemon's appearance. But what it does, its ability, Bloodthirsty Eye. I love the name. Absolutely thrilled that they did not censor that name for the English version. When you evolve Rockruff into the Midnight Lycanroc-GX, you get a Lysander effect, allowing you to choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with his or her active Pokemon. Totally awesome. And then you have a 110 damage attack for 3 energy, just 10 less than Lycanroc on the other Lycanroc-GX. And then you have Dangerous Rogue for a fighting and a colorless, which does 50 damage times the amount of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So against most decks, you are just going to take an instant OHKO right there, whereas the 200 might not be enough against Mega Evolutions, depending on how many strong energies you have set up. The Dangerous Rogue-GX will almost always certainly get you a KO, and so just evolve into Midnight Lycanroc, bring something up, and Dangerous Rogue, get your choice of KOs. Just so good, and I love having the combination of these two, also being able to use Bloodthirsty Eye to bring up whatever our desired target is to start stripping energy off of with Midday Lycanroc as well. So many good things you can do there. We also run a 2-2 Carbink Break line. Safeguard is still just as useful as ever against Mega Evolution decks and general EX decks. And Diamond Gift is awesome. We can use Scorched Earth in the early game to discard some energy, as well as Ultra Ball and Professor Sycamore, and then use Carbink Break to wall against Pokemon EX, as well as have a single prize attacker out that can accelerate energy for us. Our last real attacker in the deck is 1 Drop by EX, and he's kind of techie. You might be able to take him out. He's there mainly because for 1 colorless energy, he is able to deal 20 damage and then discard a special energy off your opponent's active Pokemon. So just more energy denial. He's got a pretty cool second attack for 3 colorless as well, which deals 80 damage, plus if any of your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, that 80 jumps all the way up to 150. And then if you need an alternate GX attack early game, maybe you're stalling a little bit, for 1 colorless, he lets you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 10. So you basically force your opponent to have to play an end at that point, which is just really cool. So just a neat little fallback option that I've been testing. Our final 2 Pokemon are 1 Shaman EX and 1 Tapu Lele GX. Just draw power, support, or search. Nothing too complicated there. We get into our supporters here. We've got 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, 2 copies of N, 2 copies of Lysander. That's the basic stuff. The Hex Maniac, throw that in there, that's pretty generic. And then we have Team Flare for some energy denial, Olympia for some maneuverability, Pokemon Center Lady because it pairs so well with Energy Denial to be able to heal as well. And the healing abilities of both Olympia and Pokemon Center Lady can come into play there. And then we have our Stadium to Scorched Earth. When Dalton played it in the video, it was Brooklet Hill. We both decided that that was not necessary. The ability to use Scorched Earth not only to draw extra cards, but also to get energy in the discard pile for our Carbink Break to accelerate just seems so much better. So that's what we're going with right here. So that's our Stadium. Items, 4 versus Seekers. Again, just the norm. 4 Ultra Balls. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Then we have 4 Crushing Hammers and 2 Enhanced Hammers to team up with Team Flare Grunt, Midday Lycanroc's Crunch Attack, and Dalton-GX's first attack. Just a lot of good stuff there. We have 1 Field Blower just to deal with Garbodor temporarily so that we can then use Bloodthirsty Eye to take advantage of whatever it is we want to bring up and hopefully knock out. 1 Escape Rope and 1 Switch. We also have Olympia, of course, so just ways to work with this and not have to use Floatstone is kind of nice. We don't have too many heavy retreat costs outside of Drampa in this deck, so could manage most of them. Everything else is pretty much an attacker anyway. Tapu Lele and Shaman each only have 1 retreat, so pretty easy to work with. We have 1 Super Rod for recovery, which is pretty good to have. And then we have 3 copies of Choice Band. Since we're not running Floatstone, we can go free with the Choice Band. Helps Crunch along with Strong Energy being able to hit some big numbers as well as denying energy, and it helps OHKOs happen with Accelerock or the Midnight Lycanroc's equivalent attack as well as our big GX attacks. So just being able to deal a ton of damage for relatively cheap is pretty awesome. Can also get Diamond Gift to be dealing 20 plus, Strong Energy 40, 70 damage just to accelerate, and then you can get a quick KO after that. So lots of fun stuff there. So we're going to close that out with our energies here. We've got 4 Strong Energies, and then we've got a little pile of 6 Fighting Energies just to round out the list. 7th Basic Fighting might be nice. Might have to try to find something to cut for that. Maybe if the Drampa's not quite necessary, that could be a candidate there. But for now, this is the list that I'm looking at. I definitely do like the Scorched Earth in this list more than the Brooklet Hill, so probably going to stick to that. But that is our Midday Midnight Lycanroc Hybrid. Lycanroc-GX, both versions just so incredibly powerful. GX Midday, like I said, great early to mid-game, keeping some energy off the board, combining with Hammers and Team Flare Grunt, and then Midnight Lycanroc giving us the targets to our attack targets that we want with Bloodthirsty Eye, and then eventually can just come in there in the end of the game and clean up with its GX attack. So incredibly powerful. So that is what I have for you guys today, and I will be back later this week with my Aqua Patch infused Mega Gyarados list. So I hope you guys like this one, and hope you look forward to the next one. Cheers!